Does anyone remember that Julika used to talk normally?
Awesome. So awesome. I missed the photo, didn't I?
Yeah, another one of Chloe's mean tricks.
Why should I expect it to be any different?
What are you giving Miss Boosty for her birthday, Rose?
I made her a scrapbook! Well, any takers?
I'd like to do it.
This girl might be the single most retcon character in the entire show. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments who you think it is. Ironically, outside of the voice thing, her storyline is like the thing I like the most in Confrontation. I even like how they tie it into the previous retcon of her and Luca being twins. That being said, Confrontation and Collusion were such mind-breaking episodes for me, so I'm going to monetize my frustration. Spoilers! Okay, let's start with the obvious. Lila and Chloe's plan should be stupid and impossible, but this show has spent the last 3 seasons showing just how incredibly gullible everyone is, and I kind of believe it would work. I know nothing about how the Parisian education system works, but I'm pretty sure if a student sent in a formal request to repeat the year, you'd at least have to talk to that student directly. Or their parents. Then again, this is the society with AI and dinosaurs, so maybe that's just my backwards prehistoric thinking. But let's actually break this down. The big master plan is forge everyone's forms about the schools they want to go to, then blame it on Marinette, then have Sabrina confess to having done it on Marinette's orders. On paper, this plan is... okay, it's not good on paper, but it's really malicious, and if a single thing about it made sense, the end goal would be devastating. However, there are so many things wrong with this plan, it's not even funny. Marinette very publicly passed the forms to Lila and Chloe, who had just as much of an opportunity to do all of this. And Chloe is still Chloe. Everyone knows Sabrina is Chloe's dog and does whatever her mistress asks her to. Anyone who hears that Sabrina did this and doesn't immediately realize Chloe is the one who told her to do it is suffering from long-term memory loss. The whole plan falls apart if a single teacher talks to a single student about this, especially the one that wanted to repeat a grade, or any parents. But you know what? None of that matters, because Lila's in the episode, so everyone else's brain cells have gone on holiday. I've already detailed why no one should ever believe a word Lila says in my video on the episode that completely ruined her, but really, I would not only be unsurprised if it was revealed she had magic deception powers, the writing might actually be salvaged by that. I won't say it would retroactively make the show better, but and do not get me started on how this dilemma is actually solved. First, the most telegraphed twist ever is foreshadowed. I usually don't see these types of things coming, but when Marinette got a phone call from someone that the audience isn't privy to, I immediately knew it was Sabrina. But I could never fathom just how batshit the plan to reveal the truth would wind up being. Marinette's grand plan to reveal the truth was to get a confession. How?
Okay, I set up a spy cam in the women's restroom. Sue me.
Wow, they might.
Credit for this reference goes to Reddit. So, Marinette faked the girl's bathroom being out of order. That or she did something to destroy it herself, which actually makes more sense than just putting a sign and convincing everyone it's out of order. Then, when a large replacement is built in its place, without being noticed, she replaced the mirror with some sort of high-tech two-way disappearing mirror TV. You know what? Fine, clearly Lila can't be beaten with logic. But you want to know the craziest part of this strategy? Marinette let them succeed. No really, Marinette got express warning that Lila was going to try and ruin all of her friends' futures. And she let it happen without so much as a warning to everyone. And if not for Mr. Damocles suddenly finding his principles, it would have happened anyway. She would be the only person in her class that actually got to do what she wanted to do in the future. But hey, anything to get Lila's lies revealed, though this leads to my next big problem. The only reason Chloe and Lila aren't expelled. Andre Bourgeois is a terrible father and a spineless idiot. First of all, let's address this abysmal redemption he's been given. I've had issue with this since Zoe's introduction in Soul Crusher, but since Chloe's redemption fell flat, there's been this baffling attempt to make him some sort of tormented, put upon victim of his family, and no. Make no mistake, Chloe's behavior is clearly her emulating her emotionally neglectful and abusive mother, but this man shares culpability for enabling his daughter's terrible behavior. There's more than a few things that she does specifically because he does it. He's the one with all the power, but we're supposed to look at his career of clear corruption in favor of fulfilling his daughter's every desire and what? Feel sorry for him? Gloob was spying. You don't get to ruin your daughter then play victim to the monster you created and try to start again with the child your wife had out of wedlock. And side note, can I just say, I'm really glad the same people are saying got deleted where he divorces his wife, sends Chloe to live with her, then adopts Zoe like some sort of second chance at having a daughter didn't happen. Who thought that was acceptable? Honestly, that scene would probably be the only thing that could give me any sympathy for Chloe in this season because, like, can you even imagine? Like, how hard is Zoe a Chloe replacement that she's literally going to replace Chloe in her father's life? Because, you know, it's fine if you completely break your daughter, you just get a new one. And because there's no such thing as checks and balances or bureaucracy in this version of Paris, he's allowed to just hand wave away every terrible thing his daughter does because, I don't know, he's scared of his wife? What power does she hold over him? He's a millionaire mayor of Paris. How good is her game that he's still simping for her this hard, even as I'm 100% sure she probably still cheats on him. Also, since when does Audrey give a shit about Casserole? I bet she still doesn't even know her name. But anyway, he just waves away the very justified expulsion of his daughter and even tries to force her classmates to remain on the path set for them so as to not cause any controversy. Because, you know, having all their parents publicly complain about this won't cause any controversy at all. This man just abuses his power to let his daughter do whatever she wants and I'm supposed to feel bad for him? He's almost always the most powerful person in the room and he's a wet rag. His daughter tells the most obvious lie of her life, pretending to have just been assaulted by Marinette. Every witness says she's lying. Logic says she's lying. But it doesn't matter to him because his daughter is just so scary. Look at this poor man. And don't even get me started on the Lila reveal. Who the fuck is this? How does she keep getting away with this? She goes to an entirely different school? She has some sort of a beautiful mind board of all the relevant characters? Is she some sort of wannabe dictator trying to manipulate Chloe into handing her ultimate power? Is that it? She's made a career of telling the most obvious lies possible to the most powerful people in Paris and manipulating them into doing whatever she wants because she wants to make Marinette's life harder? Honestly, if she really has any high ambitions, then why has she been wasting so much time on Marinette? You know what? I was wrong. Juleka isn't the most retcon character in this show. Fucking Cerise is. I can't wait till we get the whole story on her so I can go back to her first appearance and try to piece how we got here.
J'ai fait croire que Marinette m'avait fait tomber dans les escaliers.
I can't believe they actually had the gall to reference that episode.
Chloé, tu te souviens de ce bracelet que tu m'as offert pour mon anniversaire?
I can't believe they had the gall to reference that episode. And you know what? I don't actually have that much to say about Collusion. Up until the end, I have words about its ending. Andre finally makes the best decision of his career and quits. And then Chloe comes in with an army of robot police, declares Ladybug and Chat Noir criminals, tries to arrest them and then assumes position as mayor of Paris. And what? Am I supposed to believe the people of Paris would side with the spoiled daughter of the disgraced politician they all currently think wanted to use robot police to oppress them and turn their schools into prisons? Even Chloe thinks it's unbelievable, but she's channeling Lila's magic powers, so whatever. Chloe is the new mayor of Paris, and it's bull. No one elected her, no one would ever let her keep power. The only way this plotline doesn't immediately collapse in the next episode is if she uses her brand new robot police to oppress dissenting opinion like some sort of 14-year-old technocrat dictator. Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? And you know what? That's what happens if the Parisians are smart. Imagine if they actually believe her nonsense and actually accept her as the new mayor and then begin treating the heroes as criminals. Which we all know is wholly possible. The police force in this city is atrocious and a hive mind of morons. You know, I know this is a kid's show, but come on, I defy anyone to tell me that if this episode had been described to them before it came out, they wouldn't have started laughing at the idea. Why are these two annoying teenage girls bigger villains than Monarch? All he does in these episodes is play into their hands and literally give them everything they need without intending to. He gets a pity acclimatization in confrontation to hold up the illusion he's the main villain instead of Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. Is this why the Bible leaks has apparently led to so many people dropping the show? Honestly, the only real question is, will this show get even more ridiculous? What am I saying? Of course it will. When Lila's endgame is revealed, I fully expect her to be the magical god empress of Paris. But these episodes have clearly touched upon the limits of my disbelief. But those are my thoughts, so tell me, what are your thoughts on these episodes and on this video? Feel free to tell me in the comments and hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Thank you and good day.